Drake has officially entered a legal war zone that could change the future of music forever. While most fans thought the dust had settled after the historic rap battle of 2024, the reality is that the Sixth God is currently doubling down on a massive legal strategy to scrub his reputation and potentially bankrupt the industry's biggest players. On January 21, 2026, attorneys for Aubrey Graham filed a massive 60-page appellate brief in the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit. This isn't just a rapper being a sore loser. This is a high-stakes chess move against Universal Music Group. The common narrative is that Drake is simply mad he lost a lyrical feud to Kendrick Lamar. People say he should just take PL and move on to the next hit. But the superior reality, backed by these new filings, suggests something much darker. Drake is arguing that his own record label treated him like a pariah to cash in on a viral hit that labeled him a predator. He is claiming that UMG didn't just distribute the music, but actively orchestrated a campaign to destroy his brand. Today, we're answering the three big questions everyone is asking. Why is Drake risking his entire industry reputation to sue his own label? How did UMG allegedly manipulate the numbers to favor Kendrick Lamar? And most importantly, what happens to hip-hop if Drake actually wins this appeal? We have mapped the timelines and pulled the receipts to show you the money and PR motives behind the most expensive beef in history. According to court documents filed this week, Drake's legal team is calling a previous judge's dismissal of his case dangerous. The original ruling by District Judge Jeanette Vargas in October 2025 stated that rap diss tracks are protected opinion and rhetorical hyperbole. Essentially, the court said that when you get in a rap battle, you should expect people to say mean things. But Drake's lawyer, Michael Gottlieb, argues this creates an unprecedented categorical rule that allows rappers to lie without consequences. Per the January 21 filing, the defense argues that millions of people around the world now believe Drake is a criminal because of the song Not Like Us. They aren't just looking for an apology, they're looking for a massive payout for what they call intentional reputational damage. This leads us to the first major revelation in this saga. While the world was watching the Grammys and the Super Bowl, Drake was allegedly facing a complete shutdown of his business operations. Per a report from Variety on July 5, 2025, the fallout from the Kendrick feud caused a massive internal rift at Republic Records. Sources claim that Drake's rollout for his upcoming projects was quietly put on ice while UMG executives focused on the astronomical streaming numbers of his rival. But here's where it gets shocking. Drake isn't just mad about the lyrics, he is alleging a pay-to-play scheme. In his initial petitions filed in late 2024, Drake claimed that UMG used deceptive business practices to artificially boost Not Like Us. He specifically pointed to allegations that the label paid bots and manipulated streaming algorithms to ensure the song stayed at #1. This is the #2 most shocking point in our investigation. If Drake can prove that a major label used fraudulent means to suppress one of their own top earners to favor another, it would expose the darkest secrets of the streaming era. UMG has called these claims wild conspiracies, but the fact that Drake is willing to go to an appeals court suggests he believes he has the data to back it up. As we move into the heart of the legal battle, we have to look at the timeline of the alleged betrayal. According to the 117-page appellate brief filed this week, Drake has been signed to UMG for over a decade. He argues that the label had a fiduciary duty to protect his brand. Instead, they allegedly allowed Kendrick Lamar to use their platform to level accusations that put Drake's safety at risk. The filing mentions that Drake had to remove his son from school and increase his security detail following the release of the song. Per People magazine on January 23, 2026, Drake's team argued that labeling someone a certified pedophile is one of the most damaging things you can do to a person's safety. They claim it elicits intense vitriol and can spur violent retaliation. This isn't just about hurt feelings, it's about a multi-million-dollar security bill and a permanent stain on a billion-dollar brand. Now, let's look at the most shocking point in this entire drama, which is the potential industry-wide collapse if Drake wins. If the appeals court agrees with Drake, it would mean that every rapper in history could suddenly be liable for defamation. Imagine if Jay-Z could sue Nas, or if Pusha T had to pay Drake for revealing his secret son. The industry is terrified because this lawsuit threatens the very foundation of hip-hop culture. Per a report from Music Business Worldwide on January 22, 2026, the judge's original ruling noted that Drake used similar tactics in his own music. Specifically, the judge quoted Drake's song Family Matters, where he implied Kendrick was a domestic abuser. The court called Drake's legal position logically incoherent because he was doing the exact same thing he was suing over. But Drake's new appeal argues that his lyrics didn't achieve the same cultural ubiquity as Kendrick's song, which was played at the Super Bowl and the Democratic National Convention. He's essentially saying that because Kendrick's diss went too viral, it ceased to be a rap battle and became a factual indictment. Wait, it gets even more complicated. While Drake is fighting UMG in the appeals court, he's also fighting a massive class action lawsuit involving online gambling. According to the Canadian press on January 2, 2026, Drake was named in a suit alleging he used proceeds from the gambling site Stake to artificially inflate his own streaming counts. The plaintiffs claim that Drake and influencer Aiden Ross were part of a scheme to obscure money transmissions and mislead royalty engines. This creates a massive irony. Drake is suing UMG for allegedly inflating Kendrick's numbers, while he's being sued by users for allegedly inflating his own. The legal documents suggest that Drake was at the heart of the scheme, using virtual currencies to create fraudulent streams. This point is crucial because it paints a picture of a man fighting a war on two fronts. He's trying to prove he was a victim of streaming manipulation while defending himself against claims that he's the master of it. Per the Rolling Stone report on January 22, 2026, Universal Music Group has until March 27 to file their response to this new appeal. Their previous strategy was to mock Drake, calling the lawsuit an attempt to save face for losing a rap battle he provoked. They argued that fans choose the music they want to hear, and no amount of legal filings can change the fact that the public preferred Kendrick's record. But legal experts are watching this closely because the Second Circuit Court of Appeals is one of the most influential in the country. If they decide that rap lyrics can be actionable as fact, it opens the floodgates for thousands of lawsuits. Every time a rapper claims another rapper is broke or a snitch or a fraud, a lawyer could be waiting to file a claim. The fallout isn't just legal, it's personal. Per BET on January 22, 2026, A$AP Rocky recently addressed the drama, calling Drake soft for taking these issues to court. Rocky claimed that their falling out was over females, specifically Rihanna, but he emphasized that the current state of hip-hop beef feels like professional wrestling. He basically told Drake to keep it in the studio. This reflects the general sentiment of the culture. Many fans feel that by involving the police and the courts, Drake has broken the unwritten code of the streets. However, Drake's legal team is doubling down on the safety aspect. They argue that in the modern era, a viral song is more than just music. It is a digital hit piece that can lead to real-world consequences. According to the filings, Drake believes UMG acted with actual malice. In legal terms, this means the label knew the claims were false but promoted them anyway because they were making too much money to care. This is the money trail that Drake is trying to expose. He wants to see the internal emails and the marketing budgets. He wants to know if UMG executives were laughing behind his back while they cashed checks from his rival. Per Law Commentary on January 23, 2026, the brief emphasizes that the meaning of the lyrics is precise and easily understood by listeners, making them capable of being proven true or false. This is the traditional test for defamation. Drake is literally asking a jury to decide if he is what Kendrick says he is. To summarize, the current reality is that Drake is not just fighting for a win in a rap beef, he's fighting for his life in the music industry. He's been accused of being a predator by his rival and a fraud by his audience. His lawsuit against Universal Music Group is a desperate attempt to regain control of a narrative that has spiraled out of his hands. The insider takeaway is clear. Drake believes the system is rigged against him, and he's willing to burn the whole house down to prove it. This case isn't just about two rappers anymore. It's about the power of major labels, the ethics of streaming, and the legal limits of artistic expression. If you want to see how deep this rabbit hole really goes and understand the bigger playbook behind these celebrity wars, you need to check out our Fresh Celebrity Tea playlist. Right now, we have broken down the entire history of the Drake versus Kendrick saga and the secret moves the labels don't want you to see. Click the link on the screen to stay ahead of the drama.